Today we will discuss about the nuclear accelerator. In this topic, nuclear accelerator, one of part of this is linear accelerator, and linear accelerator may be discussed as to develop linear accelerator. We need charge particle in excess of 10 MeV by using indirect methods. It is difficult to generate direct voltage of order of 10 MeV due to difficulties of insulation. A linear accelerator is a device which accelerates the charged particle ions along a straight line by the application of accelerating electric field produced by a high frequency oscillator. The linear accelerator may be divided into two types. First of all, drift tube linear accelerator, and then waveguide accelerator. Here we are going to discuss drift tube linear accelerator. Drift tube linear accelerator may be discussed as ions are given series of accelerating potential between successive electrode in correct phase. Inside a hollow charge conductor, the electric field is zero, and hence a charged particle continue to move with a uniform velocity. Here, the construction of drift tube linear accelerator may be discussed as it consists of an evacuated glass chamber which contains set of hollow coaxial metallic cylinder tubes C1, C2, C3 up to so on of increasing length. The cylindrical tubes are also called drift tube. Cylindrical tubes are connected in two ways, C1, C3, C5, that is in odd type of tube set, and C2, C4, C6, that is even type of tube set. These both are connected with high frequency oscillator. As the figure is given here, in this we can see the ions to be accelerated on enter chamber of from the source and travel along the common axis of drift tube. The length of tube are increasing order of C2 is greater than C1. So as this can be seen in this diagram, where one ion source and different drift tubes are connected in a series as C1, C2, C3, C4 up to so on. These are different type of drift tube are connected in odd and even sequence. It is the total arrangement is kept under the evacuated glass chamber, and it is connected with a high frequency oscillator. The drift tube are connected with a high frequency oscillator. After this, these all tubes are connected to the target, where we can see how the ions is accelerating. Here, the theory and working. Let us consider positively charged ion to be accelerated, entering the chamber from the source and moving along the common axis of cylindrical tube. Ion get accelerated between gap of cylindrical tube. The ions get accelerated due to increasing potential difference. The velocity of ion remains uniform as electric field inside the metallic tube is zero. Here, electrode means cylindrical tube. Uh, at any instant, when when ion just emerges out of tube C1, cylindrical tube, that is electrode C1, C3, C5 be positive, and another set C2, C4, C6, that is even number set at negative potential. Ion traveling from C1 to C2 get accelerated. On entering at tube C2, velocity of ion become constant. When ions emerge out from C2 potential on the electrode get reversed, C2, C4, C6 are positive. In this way, while the potential at C1, C3, C5 are negative potential. Thus again, while traveling between gaps of C2 and C3 are again accelerated, that is their velocity further increases. When they travel through the tube C4, their velocity again constant. On emerging from C4, potential again reverse. This process repeated subsequently. Uh, since the speed of ion increases, the ions inside the tube should travel in same duration. While ion travel from one tube to another, length of tube should be progressively increased. The ion will thus always emerge out of drift tube in phase with the accelerating voltage. The ion should be uh, these are the two conditions for accelerating the ion. First, that is accelerated in proper phase. Second, time taken by them between two successive electrode should be half period of high frequency. The distance traveled by ion during half of frequency where it is indicated with nu is ln. uh, ln, this equation is showing ln is equal to uh, vn t divided by 2. The t divided by 2, or that is basically t is a time period, and that can be converted in a frequency. So this equation will become vn divided by 2v. We are considering this is equation number 1. Now where ln, that means distance between nth and n plus 1th drift tube, where vn, that is velocity of ion inside nth tube, t, that is time period, nu, that is frequency of oscillator of oscillating field. As particle uh, constantly increasing with speed vn, the consequently length ln of each tube greater than preceding tube. uh, Here we can also calculate how much energy on the ion. Let's suppose we are considering ve, that is effective value of alternating emf, and this the equation of ve may be shown as v is equal to v0 sine omega t, as it is simple harmonic motion. And equation, it may be also considered, this is equation number 2. Here v where this v0, that means peak value of emf, energy acquired by ion passing through one gap, that may be considered, that may be shown as QVE, where Q is a charge and as V is the effective value of alternating EMF. Total energy acquired by ion passing through n step. If we are supposing that there is n step, then it can be shown as half mvn square, where half mvn square is showing the kinetic energy. It is equal to n qve plus k. This whole expression may be considered equation number 3. Now, where m is a mass in this equation, m is a mass, q is a charge, k is a constant for ion, and vn as velocity for n steps. Now, k, that constant, uh, that enter in relation 3, as we have shown in relation 3, k is a constant and it enters in relation 3 because there are these two facts. Due to these two fact, first condition, that is particles enters the accelerator with an energy which is greater than 0. Secondly, the first gap has only half of accelerating voltage if oscillator is balanced with respect to ground, and the value of vn can be said under root of 2 n q ve plus k, that will divided by m. So we are supposing here this is equation number 4. If the value of constant k is 0, then Vn can be said under root of 2 n q ve divided by m, and this may be said equation number 5. Now length of nth cylinder, because there are different cylinders we are using. Suppose we want to find out the value of nth cylinder, substituting the value of Vn from the relation equation number 4 in equation number 1. So the value of ln can be said 1 by uh, 1 by 2 v that will multiplied it by 2 n q v e plus k divided by m, and whole that power of this is half, and that this is equation number 4. From the relation 4 we conclude that accelerate ions to charge velocities. Uh, these may be said the magnitude of applied voltage should be large, and the number of cylindrical tube used in accelerator should be large. From relation 6 we find ln, hence length of drift tube are that first condition, that is directly proportional to under root ln, that is length of cylindrical tube C1, C2, C3 up to so on must be in ratio of 1 is to under root 2 is to under root 3 up to so on respectively. Length of tube can be decreased by increasing the frequency of applied oscillating field. That uh, how the oscillating field we are applying, the length of tube can be decreased. Now, there are 2 points may be also discussed. First of all, that advantage. The first advantage of this, they are quite economical for higher energy and provide a well collimated beam of accelerating particle. Second, they provide emergent beam of high intensity. Third, the radiation losses of energy are minimum, and disadvantage of this may be said that first point here, inconvenient size being very large, the larger ion and greater the maximum energy to be attained. It is difficult to maintain vacuum in such large chamber because the size of chamber is very large, so the vacuum cannot be maintained here. The second disadvantage of this, they cannot used to accelerate uncharged particle. So this is all about the nuclear accelerator, and we will discuss another point after this. Thank you very much.